What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are looking at some breaking news that Matt Ryan has been traded to the Colts for a third-round pick. Now, this isn't the craziest thing in the world. However, Matt Ryan has been in a pretty bad situation in Atlanta for a while now. Of course, Calvin Ridley, being gone for the whole season with personal issues, and of course, if you were to stay, would be gone again for gambling, a couple $100 apparently. I don't freaking know, but obviously it was not a great situation in Atlanta. The defense was bad for years. Even when they had a pretty potent passing attack still, the defense was still really bad in that situation. Obviously, we all know about the Atlanta choke against the Patriots. They had a chance and should have been Super Bowl team. Matt Ryan should have a Super Bowl ring. He, along with the coaching staff and the team in general, absolutely choked that one away. I don't care. You want to give credit to the Patriots? No, I'm not giving a damn ounce of credit to the Patriots. The Falcons choked. They could have probably ran the ball all the way ever since having that huge lead, and probably would have won the game realistically. And that's not even counting a potential break in a run or whatnot. You got to factor how close the clock came down. And, they sack fumbled, giving them good field position. So, I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, Falcons fans. You just lost Matt Ryan, and you guys are in a really bad spot. I apologize. They're like, wow, how many years now? Another decade, perhaps? Kind of deserved, okay? But that's beside the point, as they are now moving on from him. They get a third-round pick from this, which, I mean, considering I would imagine the Colts have to pay next to nothing for Matt Ryan now, I would have said, hey, you're giving us at least a second. We've seen what you gave for Carson Wentz. Where's our second-round pick? Obviously, Matt Ryan makes you a very good contender, probably a playoff team now. I will say, though, holy crap, can the AFC stop, even though as a Packers fan, continue? We appreciate it. The AFC just keeps getting better and better and better. There's always years, where it's like the Pro Bowl. It's like, who's the better side, AFC, NFC? Well, here, the NFC's got this corner, that corner. Well, the AFC does have these running backs. Now it's like the NFC, they're trying. Because right now, it's just not even close. Like, the AFC is just so stacked in talent. Matt Ryan, you got to remember, is still a decent quarterback. Of course, he's lost a little bit of zip on the ball. Some of the reads are a little iffy, but he can definitely deliver what Carson Wentz can do, maybe more. And he should at least be available consistently, right? You shouldn't have to worry about him with injury concerns. Matt Ryan, obviously, it's hard to tell how good or bad he is still because he just doesn't have weapons or didn't have weapons. Now, I'm not saying the Colts have the greatest set of receivers of all time, but what they do have is a very good run game and a very good offensive line, which can make anyone look better. Good receivers are great and all, but a good offensive line, if you get time, no matter how bad your receivers are, no matter how bad of a QB you are, if you're at the professional level, of course, you should still play pretty well. And that's obviously what he's stepping into. The winner of this trade is Matt Ryan, without a doubt. Obviously, he gets paid. The dead hit is there. The Falcons are sad with that alone. I mean, the Falcons are in a really bad spot. When you really think about with or without Matt Ryan, they probably maybe are the worst team in the league, considering they don't have the draft capital that the Texans have. Considering the free agent money, I'd imagine salary cap is terrible there. I mean, that's kind of why they got rid of Julio. Now, it's still yet to be seen, but kind of seems like they did move on from Julio at the right time. But obviously, they're in a really bad spot cap-wise, considering they don't even have that much talent. If they at least had some talent, the cap wouldn't be that bad. But, you're expecting Atlanta to have some Chicago Bears salary cap with the amount of, talent they have, which is, once again, not great. But they don't. They simply don't. They need a lot. They are in a long-term rebuild at this point. Kyle Pitts obviously is a nice guy to have, but the real loser of this trade is Kyle Pitts, to be honest, and of course the cap room. But Matt Ryan to the Colts, joining a it's a pretty good division still. It's a pretty good division, obviously. You got the Jags, who could definitely step up. They have the talent. They obviously just spent a lot of money on players that maybe weren't deserving, but they have the talent. It just kind of depends on the coaching staff. They definitely have enough talent, even though they lost Miles Jack. The Titans obviously should be back looking good. I think they still might win the division. I will say, though, there might only be one playoff contender from that division. And once again, it will be the team that wins the division itself, as there's just too much talent outside of that division in the conference. Matt Ryan, though, once again, still decent enough. As far as them having a chance for Matt Ryan or Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't know what Jimmy Garoppolo's ask price is. I just can't tell, like, what would his value be? It's got to be higher than a third, in my opinion. He's just played, outside of that playoff game against Green Bay. I mean, just in general, the playoffs, he has played pretty damn well. He's a very efficient guy, whereas Matt Ryan, it's still kind of like to be seen, if you will. Once again, you just can't value. It's hard to put a value on a quarterback's reads when you don't have a consistent guy getting open, right? I mean, they have just not a whole lot of talent there in Atlanta. And as far as the Colts gaining him, Matt Ryan, that is, it does put a good chance on him. The Colts just keep moving from quarterback to quarterback. I think this is like 5 quarterbacks now in the last couple of years. Matt Ryan might be the best of them, I'd imagine, if he's still got a little bit left in the tank. Would this change their draft approach a little bit? I mean, I still think you probably need to go wide receiver. I can't remember if the Carson Wentz trade made them. Yeah, they had to get rid of a first-round pick, right? I would have pulled Carson Wentz. I'd have been like, hell no, I am absolutely protecting that pick. Also, I'm seeing Rivers here. What the hell was he? Rivers coming back. Of course, Matt Ryan, that dead hit is just disgusting, unfortunately. But what can you do? They wanted to move on from him. Kind of doing the right thing for Matt Ryan as well. I imagine he probably requested a trade. I know that the dead hit's a lot, and it's kind of unfair for him to ask for a trade, but I would have been asking for a trade way before this. Absolutely. Now, I will say the positives, though, for Atlanta are that, next year's quarterback class, which is pretty damn strong, you got to imagine they're looking pretty good at the number 1 or number 2 pick, right? They've got to be up there. The Texans, even the Texans, I feel, might have the potential to win a couple of games. This Atlanta team could very well go 0-17. It very well could. It's a tough division. I will say the conference, once again, is a little bit weaker, but they're one of the reasons why. They're one of those teams that makes it a weaker conference. And I know Atlanta fans don't want to hear. They're going to come up with some like, oh, actually, we're pretty good at this or that, or they. No, just stop. You have no Calvin Ridley again. May never even play in the NFL again at this rate. I mean, like, whoa, what's going on? How many years is he going to be out? 2+. Obviously, Pitts is a good player, but, he's only one guy. I mean, their run game, their offensive line. It's just their offseason moves consisted of re-signing some okay players, like a few of them. Nothing crazy, though. Re-signing a few decent players and trading, their best quarterback of all time that I can think of. I mean, he's pretty damn good and, once again, should have been a Super Bowl winner. But, yeah, that's pretty much going to be that. I kind of want to do a rebuild of the Colts if I can, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, dude. So many rebuilds. I just got done finishing the Devontae Adams Raiders rebuild. I don't even have that up yet. Is this a big enough move to make a rebuild on him? I don't know, dude. Like, maybe not. Maybe more of a rebuild for the Falcons, even though their cap hit is going to be, once again, their cap room is really bad this year. Regardless, though, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I don't want to repeat too much, but I also wanted to get that 8 minutes to add the extra ad. Woo! Woo! We will still have a Dolphins video later today. Playoffs. It's a bit of a tough one, I will admit. It's a rough one. So prepare yourselves. But it's still a very good game. And yeah, maybe I just accidentally spoiled it. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just a good actor. Probably not, but yeah, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think the Colts should have went for maybe Jimmy Garoppolo? Maybe they should have traded for Jordan Love. That was an option people were talking about. I think from Green Bay's standpoint, they probably don't care because the dead hit in a year where we're still kind of behind on where we'd like to be for the cap, even without Devontae. You can't really take a $7.4 million hit on a guy that you're still developing and, at best nets you maybe a 3rd round pick. I just think, it doesn't really matter for Green Bay standpoint, but maybe the Colts should have went for Jordan Love if they could have gotten him. You know, maybe they would have offered like a second. I doubt it, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Maybe Falcons fans who watch Matt Ryan more than I do can tell me, you know, hey, he's still got something left in the tank. He's actually dog crap. You know, the big thing around his career, even when they were actually a good team, is that it was a lot of garbage time stats as well. So I don't really care too much about the stats, but more about how he actually plays and reads the field. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent get for the Colts, and I think it puts them back on the map. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,